Let's take a look at the new fish, starting with the smaller ones. These are some Harlequin rasboras that are in quarantine. They'll be here for a month or more, depending what comes up. And there are also some little embers in here. And of course, these smaller fish will go into the 55-gallon planted community tank. They're doing well. One rasbora didn't make it. It got jammed between a sponge pre-filter and the wall. Now, I'm not sure if he died and then got stuck there, or got stuck there and then died because he was stuck. I'm not really sure. All I know is that's where I found him this morning. So there are 4 rasboras and 5 little ember tetras. Over here we have the eel, who has taken up residency inside of this plant pot. Not sure if you can see him in there resting. Sticks his little snout out every now and then. Seems pretty content and happy. He's sharing this side of the aquarium with a couple little red plecos that I brought over. And he'll stick his little face out. Can't really make him out right now. The gar just wedges himself at the top there and hasn't really come out and been active, and I haven't really seen him eat yet. So of all the fish, he's probably the one I'm most concerned about. Probably doesn't like this sort of tight setup that he's in quarantine, but I hope to see him swimming around a little bit. He just is kind of up here in the corner. Maybe I can get him to come out so at least you can see him. Second I move, he goes right back up in the corner. Obviously very shy. I don't think you can make him out with the bubbles. Very pretty fish, but needs to get through quarantine before I put him in the big tank. Here's the 90-gallon. At some point this might actually become the DISCUS tank. It'll take some some thought and some planning, but this 90-gallon would make a great DISCUS tank. The redhead Tapajos, I call them my puppy dogs. And here's where the red embers and the rasboras will go. There are some little red embers in here already, and so they'll form up a little group. And of course I have some Harlequin rasboras in here as well, so I just love the way they school. This piece of wood is finally starting to drop down. It's starting to sink. I know some of you are saying, why don't you attach it to a rock, but it'll eventually find its way down. I keep getting baby plecos in this tank. Can you make out that little teeny guy there? Love them rummy nose. Wouldn't mind adding a few more of those. Recent plant additions are doing well. The one's here on this piece of wood. And right next door, I think they got a little spook from me walking around, but here you can see all 10 of the discus. This morning they were swimming all over the place and they ate very, very well. Feeding them a combination of the Cunningham flakes and also some Sedenker, some special food for discus from Super Cichlids. They all look really cute. They were very active this morning, ate well, ate both the flakes as they were floating and also pecked a lot of the Sedenker off of the substrate. Plants seem to be doing okay despite the high heat. The aquarium is currently at 82.6 and will stay in the 80s for discus fish. I'm watching the plants closely, see how they react to the heat. May have to use different plants, maybe put in some val and some other plants that might be more resistive to heat. I'm very happy with the way these discus look and how active they were this morning. Perhaps in the live stream they'll be moving around more. Right now, because I walked in and started messing with things, they kind of panic and they all congregate right there in that little section. That's like their hiding spot. Fish in the 210 are doing great. Both the 210 and the 300 are due for maintenance. That'll happen after today's live stream. A little water change, clean up the glass. This tank I do a little vacuuming because of the type of substrate that's in it. It does hold on to detritus. So I'll do a little bit of a vacuuming, especially in this far area here where I can get a little bit of accumulation. I might be adding another wave maker to this side just to kind of get some of the poop and stuff just to work its way out of the substrate there and get taken up by the intakes of the filters. A lot like this big monster that I added, which I'm running actually vertically now. It just runs a very strong stream down the back of the aquarium. It creates a lot of circulation. This is that very large wave maker I got from Higer. It's fully programmable, including a setting that allows you to turn it off in the event of feeding, so the food isn't blown all over. But these fish are doing okay in this tank. I was a little concerned about this Venusis, but every now and then he's swimming around doing fine, so I'm just going to let him be. With Fusco putting on size. I'm finally getting some of the some color out of this buco. He was a little gray, and now he's starting to get a little bit of blue and green in the body. Bucochromis notatania, one of my favorite African cichlids. Big coengi, big trout. Deep water. So that's the update on the new fish. I'm looking forward to watching them put on size. I'm hoping that all 10 of them make it. You know, when you add discus, you know, you hope for the best because they are delicate. But they seem to be doing okay. I'm going to be doing once or twice a week, 20% water change, a little vacuuming. I'm going to be keeping this tank really clean, and hopefully they'll become more and more comfortable.